Hi, I'm Parker, and I've got a surprise. We have Alan Wake, boom, in the flesh. We're going to just do a little quick video review-ish, sort of. So, got a few notes, a few things to say. First of all, to be perfectly honest, the only reason why I bought Alan Wake was because it took place in the Northwest, which is where I live. So I was like, you know what, that takes place where I live, so I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to play it just because of that. But upon playing it, I grew to love it so much more. It is an awesome, awesome game. There are a few minor flaws, but overall, it's an experience that any third-person or shooter fan or thriller fan needs to at least play. So some of the things is the visuals are stunning. The scope of the game is so huge, so crazy. It's nuts. It's crazy. I mean, you could like literally traverse miles and miles and miles just within one level of the game. That's how huge it is.
Funny!
The mountains and the forests and the lakes and everything just look great. Something that doesn't look so good, though, is the lip syncing, which is terrible. It is awful. It is the worst lip syncing you will see ever in a video game. Now, the voice acting is actually quite good. Remedy has a very prodigious cast lineup for this game, for this action game. And it's almost like an interactive TV show, an interactive miniseries, and I quite like that. Just the lip syncing to go along with the voice acting is terrible. That's one of the things that I really don't like about it. It's got a great story, a very cool concept, a concept of the likes that I don't think anyone has ever seen before. Now, I haven't played any other Remedy game, and I don't play very many games in general, but I've never seen this story of the gameplay. Now, basically, the plot goes down as he goes on a vacation and ends up writing a horror story that he is in, and the horror story comes true. And so, just that alone, in and of itself, is enough to pipe interest and play the game. Also, the bad guys, which are basically during the daytime levels, there are parts that take place during the day. It's just kind of a normal, you run around and just check stuff out. But during the night, that's when it gets interesting. Now, most of the game takes place at night, and when it is night, this evil darkness, kind of shadowy ink stuff, takes over townspeople and animals like crows. Ugh, hate those things. And it's actually quite terrifying. The whole time you're playing, it's very tense, and it's super scary when you're walking through the woods, and then all of a sudden you hear just this shadowy human running up from behind you with an axe or a sledgehammer or something like that. It's super scary. It's also kind of funny. There's a lot of American product placement like Energizer batteries, Verizon, Microsoft Sync, Xbox. Obviously, it's a Microsoft game. It's an American-made game. Ford and Lincoln cars and other stuff like that. It's just kind of funny. So again, the location is fantastic. One of the best. And Norman's whining. One of the best, just because the Northwest, first of all, so that's cool. And just because that was enough for me to buy it, and it actually turned out to be a really cool thing. Norman, shush. Norman! It's also a very interactive story. Throughout your travels, you will pick up manuscripts and pages of this horror story that you supposedly wrote. And it's a really cool thing to go back and try to find all the missing manuscripts. One thing, though, that's cool, is that it may give foresight. You may pick up a page of something that hasn't happened yet. So, for example, I was walking through the woods in the first or second chapter, and then I picked up this page and I read it, and it was basically like, I was relieved to get through the woods. Then I heard the chainsaw. Oh my gosh. So that didn't make it, so that kind of ruined the surprise of the guy with the chainsaw coming out. But the important thing is that throughout the whole rest of the level, I was very tense and I was very nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna come? This is freaking scary.
Bill's here.
And so it's a very interactive story, and it's very fun to go back and play through past character or past levels. The vehicles are kind of loopy and kind of hard to control, but there aren't very many vehicle parts to the game. Product placement. So I don't think that's too much of an issue. But basically everything, I like it. I like it a lot. And so you fight with light. Go, all you enthusiasts, you should at least play the game. I don't know if it's necessarily should be part of your permanent collection, but you have to experience it. So yeah, there you go. So what's the final verdict? I am going to give Alan Wake 10 batteries of Doots. That's not in any, specific quantity, like 10 out of 10 batteries or anything like that. On a regular scale, I'd probably give it maybe 8.5 out of 10 or maybe 9 out of 10. But for my rating system and Olin Rogers' rating system, 10 batteries of Doots. Hey, nice background.